right word, as you said. But it was just very like, first I was like, oh, like, do we have to? Is like, because it's also a little bit about my life, and I'm like, do we have to put it out there? But then, like, as I was doing it, I was like, oh, actually, like, this is interesting, like the way it's being shaped and the way the whole story is moving forward, and what's the essence that's coming out of it is actually quite interesting. So then it started to make sense. But in the beginning, I was like, nah, this is not very nice.
So, like, what kind of person you like? You are
No, I'm very like, I'm a very open person, but like, if there's something that hasn't gone my way, then I would rather not talk about it.
what exactly you learned from the film?
So, firstly, when I saw the film complete, I was like quite shocked because, you know, as you said only, like when your parents are doing it, you also take things for granted because you're like, kya hi hoga, nahi, what is going to happen? But when I saw the whole cut, which was at Waves, I was like, oh wow, like this is very fun, very good to watch. It's giving me a good message. And I was like very, very pleasantly surprised. So, quite interesting to see how like the whole thing has developed through all the stages, from me like being annoyed to give like the same dialogue in three different angles because I don't act. I didn't even know that's a thing. Like I used to just watch movies and I'm like, ah, theek hai. But then when I saw it and this was like three different angles for the same dialogue, like it's a bit much for my patience. But then when I saw the end result, I was like, wow, like this is very fascinating.
Tell us, what was the first conversation when you came to know?
When she first told me, I was like, acha, okay, let's look for the right swimmer. Like we were looking for the right person who can swim well and like who like would do the role well or whatever. And then she was just like, "Arey, why don't like you only do it? Because like you have actually felt it also, and you can like show those feelings." So I was like, "Me doing what? Like being the sport boy? Like what do you mean?" And she's like, "No, no, like you can do like the role of the swimmer." And I was like, "Acha." And I let it sink in, and then I was like, okay, maybe like because I'm also the kind of person that likes to try like new things. So I was like, sure, it might be fun. And when will I get like to do this again? Also, I'll never be like 24. So that's why I like agreed until like we started doing it, and I was like, this is too much.
What philosophy swimming teaches you?
Definitely taught me like not to give up, because when I started swimming, it's not like I started winning. It doesn't work like that. Just like in any aspect of life, like there's a lot of trial error, and also to learn like from what mistakes you're making. Definitely, it's taught me, and it's taught me like to compartmentalize or like be able to compartmentalize life. Ki okay, so you have to dedicate X amount of time to get Y results, so you have to do it. You don't have to think much about it. And then actually, when I was swimming, the Nike ka logo made sense to me, because I used to read it before and I was like, just do it. Just do what? Like it doesn't make sense. But then when you actually become like an athlete, the statement makes a lot more sense. Like just do it. Don't analyze, don't think, like just go for it. And then at the end, whatever happens will happen.
What exactly you feel? There is no light on the other side of the tunnel.
Definitely a moment where you feel like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And I personally just feel like at that moment you should accept ki right now I'm feeling like there's no light, all my doors are shut, like I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, and like just go through that feeling, because that feeling also won't come again. Eventually you will see like a small light. So then eventually once like you settle with that feeling, you start seeing things for as they are, and like kind of less dramatizing them as well. And then you see like one light and you're like, okay, fine, I can see one light. Let's try to take one small step towards that. And then that step turns into a couple of steps, and then the light grows bigger, and then eventually you're like out of it. But I think it's just about like being comfortable with not feeling comfortable, and then getting over it the next day with like a slightly more calm state of mind.
So, how's your relationship with the swimming post that thing?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So I still swim. In fact, I used to live in Australia for 6 years, and even there, I was swimming sort of on a competitive level. Definitely training like multiple times a week and putting in a lot of effort. And then we went for this masters swimming competition that was held in Cairns, which is near Gold Coast, and I won 3 medals there. So it was amazing to like relive that medal getting experience and winning, and also like meeting competitors and uh, being in that whole like atmosphere of competition and thriving. So I still swim and like it's all good. Like I'll always love the water for sure.
How much of your suggestion was there as a professional of music?
Yeah, so like I've also studied music production, but now I'm into music business. So she was just like, what kind of music should we go for to like inculcate a certain feeling for the audience when they are watching it. So because of that, and I also play the handpan. I was just like, handpan is like a very like unique and also very like it makes you feel things. Kind of a music to put, especially for a score. So we kind of went down that path and we found the right artists and made like the whole thing happen.
Any one thing you would like to point or talk to our audience?
It's not some like mad dramatic love story, and that's also something that like we kind of say that life is not only about that. In fact, like that is a very small segment of your life. Life is about like your achievements, your success, what you are putting your time and effort into, and how that affects you, and also how if something, whether it's like things that are out of your control usually that you can't control, if they affect you, how to like get out of that situation for the better of yourself and disregarding whatever people think and say of you moving forward.